Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to be giving you a tour of my garden beds. Everything is going so well so far, and I just really want to give you guys an update on how everything looks and what I like and if I have any dislikes, and show you what I need to get done and what I've already done. Okay, so I kind of want to start on the outside. This is mainly the way that I enter into the garden. Through my carport, the side of the house, or from the side of the garage. And we're going to try to put this together sometime. My sister's neighbor moved and they no longer wanted this, so we figured we could take it and try to put it together. I thought it would be kind of cute putting it right here as the entrance to the garden. Over here we're going to be having lavender all the way down in a bed. We are going to be having 3 more beds just like this. So there'll be 1, 2, 3, and then the lavender will end it. There will be another bed on this side over here. But as you can see, and then those are the row crops. I really enjoy seeing those out there. That's the first time I've ever had row crops like that. So it's so much fun. Okay, so we have the 2 shorter beds that start off the next section over here. I have not filled those up yet or hooked them up to water, but I have the pipe already. I still need to bury a lot of the pipe. These are so beautiful. They're starting to, I don't know, putter out just a little bit, but not too much. I probably need to fertilize them again. We just got done having a massive rainfall for the last 2 days. Okay, so these are the Proven Winters Vista Bubblegum Super Tunias. And I only have 2 of them in this pot with the lavender topiary in the center, and I have drip already hooked up to it, and the drip is hooked up to this bed right here. And I will definitely be doing this again. And let's see here, just show you over here. I'm having these big planters on the end of the garden beds over here, so there's going to be a whole line of them when you enter, of flowers or maybe some boxwoods. I'm not 100% sure, or both, we'll see. But I'm going to be spray painting that to the color that will match these ones over here. I found them on clearance at Home Depot for super cheap, so I got 6 of them so that they can match and they'll look cohesive when you're entering into the garden. So over here I already harvested all of my onions. I'll try to show you guys how much onions we've had. We've already been eating a lot of the onions, but this bed was just full of onions. And I have some just random rutabaga sitting out here. I need to probably transplant that into a shorter bed, since the level of dirt is going to be falling every single year until it reaches the bottom. And in a lot of these beds I do have straw, but in some of these beds I have just yard waste, like grass that I removed from areas, things like that. And let's see here. The rest of this row is leeks. I have multiple types of leeks. I'm pretty sure, I don't know where the tags are. Oh, right here. So I got the large American flag leeks. And I think I have another type in here. Let me see. And of course, I can't see any tag, so maybe I only have that one. Okay, so over here we have carrots, which these will probably not be near ready anytime soon, just because I planted these way too late. And these are probably going to be more like a fall crop. But let's take a peek and see. Yeah, they don't look quite ready. I got different sections. I tried to section them off like this so that it's easier for me to harvest versus rows of them. So at least I could know what variety is in each. I haven't labeled them, but I do have a picture of what goes into each section, which is really bad to do. But over here I have cabbage. I have red cabbage and green cabbage. This one I use the Espoma starter fertilizer, and I also used their Espoma plant fertilizer for vegetables, things like that on this bed. And over here on this bed, I use the Midlighter weekly feed on it per instructions for both. I only did 4 weeks of the fertilizer for this bed, which they say to fertilize every single week for this one up until it's about to be ready to harvest, and then you stop the fertilizing. This one you only fertilize once within 4 weeks, so once a month. And this is how much of a difference they got. I have heads on these ones already coming, and it looks like got a little bit of slugs damage on these ones over here. Oh, that one looks like nice and big on that one. Let's see, the red cabbage, not so much. Luckily, I don't see aphids taking over yet, and I say yet. Sorry if my voice sounds different. I'm actually getting over a cold, so I'm hoping it doesn't sound too bad. That one looks nice. And over here, we got the Midlighter patch, same plants. And they too have slug damage, not as bad, but still, that does not look like a cabbage right there. That must be like Brussels sprouts maybe. Let me see. What is that? No, I don't see any in there, but that does not look like a cabbage plant. Look at that thing. I should probably cut that and take it out. But look at these. If they kind of look different on the outside, I just take the outer layers off. If there's any bug damage, that one looks beautiful right there. Look at that. That one's really nice. I probably need to cut this thing out. This is just probably hindering so much of the growth of all of these other cabbages underneath. Yeah, there should be cabbages underneath, and they're just not getting enough sunlight. These ones, it looks like there might be aphids in this one. I don't know. But I usually struggle so much with aphids around here. Okay, so let's go on this side. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I have a cabbage over here, lettuce. As you can see, the lettuce is starting to bolt. This is like more of a salad type of cabbage, and this is definitely ready. I need to harvest those, eat those up. I put some bok choy down in here, and it looks like the slugs have enjoyed them all, pretty much. Oh, there's a little bit there that actually put on some leaves, which is really nice. I need a weed a little bit in here, and I got some other lettuce. This is actually probably still pretty good to harvest. There's no flowers, so there's probably not bitter quite yet. Look at that, just looks so beautiful. Okay, let's take you guys around. I have a whole bed of peppers, and my husband loves to cook with peppers. And we have jalapeno peppers, we have a little bit of bell peppers, all different types of chili peppers, which the package says mixed chili, so I don't know what type of chili package, like chili pepper some of these are, but they are turning out so beautiful. Look at that. I love it. Okay, ladies, so to get your husband to cook more, you gotta allow them to have their grill, their smoker, you know, like whatever outside type of cooking. Like, let me start that over. Okay, ladies, so how to get your guys' husbands to cook a lot more is allow them to get the smoker that they want or the grill that they want. My husband got a grill that he's wanted for a while. I think it was last year, and during the summer he cooks so much on that grill, and I love it. This year he got a smoker, and he's been cooking delicious, mouth-watering meals every single night, and I am loving it. So just a tip for some of you ladies that cook a lot in your house and want a little bit of a break And I really do appreciate my husband doing it. Everything that he cooks is just so delicious. Okay, so over here we have mixed salad greens. And then I come over here and I have beets. And as you can see, there's kale popping up in the salad greens, which is awesome because I like to have kales in my green protein shakes. And then over here we have another bed, and it looks like something got in the middle of this. I'm not 100% sure. But this bed earlier on in the season, maybe it was like a month ago, the drip was having issues. We have well water, so it's kind of like a harder, hard water that we have. So I think it clogged up some of the drip that I have here, which I want to go take like a little needle and see if I could unclog it. But I've already ripped it out and put new drip down on this bed over here. But they came back and they are looking pretty nice. Over here I have another cabbage bed. I've already harvested several cabbages off of this. This bed, the green cabbage, was just infested with aphids. I tried to spray, I tried a bunch of different things, and for some reason it still was struggling. I harvested, just removed the outer leaves, and it was fine. This one I need to harvest. As you can see, it's cracking and it is not looking so good. If I probably take off like 10 layers, I might have some good stuff on the inside. These cabbages right here, the bugs, like the aphids didn't eat them at all. Looks like the slugs ate them a little bit. Oh, a little bit of aphids going on. Oh, quite a bit of aphids going on right there. But I need to clean up all of this crap. This is not good. But look how beautiful these are. This one, probably because the rain that we just got, is splitting. That one looks like it's splitting too. And then this is our second crop of kale. The first one, for some reason, and I've never had this before, where I planted it by seed and they started bolting. And like they were seedlings that I grew inside, and for some reason the kale bolt. And usually it waits until the next year. So I'm not quite sure what was up with that. So I ended up getting these from the store, putting them in. I'm hoping to still get a good harvest eventually. We'll see. The aphids don't seem like they've got these ones. So knock on wood that they don't. But I guess we'll see on that one. Over here, I have a sugar snap patch, a sugar snap pea patch. So this is my second sowing of them, and as you can see, there's so many sugar snap peas that I really do need to harvest. This one is my first sowing of them. They are puttering out, and I'm just harvesting the spent seed pod so I could save the seeds for next year. I have some flowers at the end. I have no clue what that is. Maybe some onion. These trellis systems that I built, I just absolutely love them. We did this at our old house, and they're just beautiful. They're very solid. I just love the look and the structure and what it brings to our garden. But since we put weed block material and we put harvest cloth and gravel, I cannot dig holes in this because of our problems with water over here, and for the fact that we have moles that will come up and just ruin this whole area if we start digging holes underneath of this. So I bought these, I think it was from Home Depot, maybe Lowe's. These were black. I spray paint them as close as I could to the gravel in a matte color. You could see a little bit of it chipping, which I'm okay. I'll be burying this a little bit more. These ones are already buried. Some of the areas, they're probably going to be sticking above ground, like this one over here, just a little bit, which I'm okay with because they're not, that black color where it's going to stand out too much. But they just help so much. And since they're above ground and they're just resting in these 4x4 above ground joists, that I can put another cross beam. Without having this crossover here, it kind of swayed just a little bit. So having another cross bracket helps it from, yeah, I'm shaking it and you can't see it swaying. But if you have the opportunity to bury your posts in the ground, highly recommend that too. If you can't, and if you need it to be above ground like I have here, you just need to make sure you have another cross section over here to make sure that it doesn't start swaying and tilting. But I actually really enjoy the look. So let's see, this end one, I have a blog post, an article on how I built these. The only difference is that this cross beam, we added it to 2x4. I add it to be flush on this side, and then it goes on the inside up here. Let's see if I can get it to show right there. And then of course I got the wires like I normally have on all my other beds that I've built in the past. And then I think that's about it. I do have the mesh that I'm going to put here. I think it's a 4x4 square white trellis mesh that I'm going to put on the wire. There's going to be 2 rows. So we're going to have 1, 2, and then on the other side it's going to be 2 rows too. So it's going to create like a V. And I just need to get out here and get that done. Over here we have a whole bed. This is a 12-foot bed by, I think it's 12 by 4. And these are pickling cucumbers. So we started those, I think it was like 4th of July, or maybe it was like, you know, a day before 4th of July that I finally got the seeds in the ground for this. We were trenching out hundreds, thousands of linear feet of water pipe, and in between waiting for my husband, I popped the seeds into the ground real quick and called it good. We'll see if we actually can get a decent harvest or not. It's kind of late. It is late September 22nd or 21st, but we'll see. Over here, this was not the plan for this bed. I was not planning on putting blueberries, but we were going on vacation and I just stuck 4 blueberry plants into this bed. I also grabbed all the strawberries I could find and stuck them in this bed. And as you can see, the strawberries are loving it. I think these are done for the season. These look like they're going into fall, like all the other trees that we have in the area. But the strawberry leaves look really good. We did get a harvest earlier, like in June, but these I do not think they're ever bearing. So I haven't seen any strawberries come up, any new ones. Of course, there's weeds, but they're looking pretty good. These actually kind of look like I need to fertilize. I haven't fertilized the last few weeks just because we were at the very end of the season already. Maybe it's some nitrogen or iron. Kind of look like iron. Okay, so each one of these rows I have some flowers at the very end. I just thought it would be beautiful. Ooh, I could see a cucumber that is probably way overdone right there. Okay, so I'll take you over here. Show you what it looks like from this angle. So we will be building 2 more of these trellis systems for these 2 beds over here. But as you can see, the cucumbers kind of took over and I did not want to break the stems of the cucumbers plants. And since it's already at the end of the season, I kind of like threw in the towel on that one because I could work on another project until I needed to get this done. So I don't mind waiting until next year to build these 2, or maybe even after pulling them out if our weather permits. But we're in the Pacific Northwest, like 45 minutes from Seattle. We're north of Seattle and we get so much rain almost every day, it seems like. So this is the first day that's been like sunny. So I decided to pop out here, especially since being sick, and finally got over it this morning. But over here we have, sadly, cucumbers underneath all of these tomatoes. These are determinate tomatoes, and I will not be putting determinate tomatoes in these trellis systems anymore. Next year, I plan on getting a whole row of determinate tomatoes out in the row crops so I don't have to worry about them taking over the bed and the area. But as you can see, they are ready to be harvested. And if we come over here, I have indeterminate tomatoes. They're completely full. Like some of these are just, and as you can see, these are like really full of tomatoes. I also planted these kind of late in the season. I did start them inside, which I'm very thankful for, but I should have transplanted them into bigger pots because I had them in 4-inch containers and they were getting too big and top heavy. Some of these, when I put the black baler twine on, they ended up breaking right over here. So some of these plants I ended up losing. Some of these I need to pick because they're way past done. But I love this black baler twine. When I'm coming up to the garden, I actually can't see the black baler twine, but the other baler twine I had was an orange baler twine, and it was just really like bright and I didn't like it. So I wanted this area to look really nice and neat and just beautiful. So I opted to get some black baler twine, and I'm loving it so far. Yeah, these plants are not looking so good. Some of them, look at this. This is definitely nitrogen right there. I've not fertilized these for a while, so I probably need to get back out here just because we're at the end of the season and it was raining and I wasn't feeling so good, and I let those go. So next year will be a better year. I say that every year. Okay, so over here I lined this bed, filled it up with soil, and I didn't put it on a video of me actually planting them. We were about to go on vacation, and that morning I came out really early and got them into the garden bed just so that they'll be in, and I didn't have time to videotape because it was like at sunrise that I was doing some massive planning before we went on vacation. But these are raspberries. This bed is double lined, and I'm really hoping that we will not have any of their little babies popping out in the gravel. Even though there's no dirt underneath this, there is the weed block material and that hardware cloth and then the gravel, and then I put another lining on this one over here to prevent from the little suckers taking off underground, but we will see. So, okay, I am not quite sure how far I got with the last clip. For some reason the camera stopped, but I want to show you guys the row crops. Overall, I really love it. Next year I'm going to be adding 2 more rows. I already have one of the pipes kind of hooked up, the drip pipes ready, and I'm going to be having melons and possibly some sweet potatoes. And because the melons and the sweet potatoes need more heat, I'm going to try to put some the greenhouse plastic over them next year, and hopefully that will help for us to have some nice sweet potatoes, some nice melons. I've never been successful with melons in this area just because I didn't know that you're supposed to shut the water off, so they will come with their independent valves to turn off that row of water when the melons are ready. Maybe I'll have the sweet potatoes in another row, but it will probably be after these potatoes because I put the potatoes to kind of block the vining crops from coming into the rest of the vegetable patch, because we have our corn here that, like, I didn't want the squash to take over the corn and everything else, which it worked out perfect. I'll probably be doing that every single year, having a potato row to kind of block it, but we'll see, because I think it will depend on the harvest. So if we don't get a good harvest on the potatoes, even though I started them really late this year, it might be because of the squash blocking out the sun from the potato leaves, and yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll have to try to figure out another method. Earlier in the year, before I kind of let this whole area go, I would just pull the vines and kind of pull it back into this direction. So I would rather it go out into the field. Maybe I needed more space in between, but I mean, for everyone who's done, you know, squash and vining plants, they just kind of take over. You have a goal at the very beginning of the season to take care of it, move them out of the way, you know, trellis them up or whatever, and things just get away from you. And as you can see, we have weeds. But here's our beautiful corn. I just love how tall these are. These are like 10 feet tall. Just love it. I am not sure if they're quite ready yet. Some of these look like they're ready because they're shriveled up brown. Oh yeah. Should open up one of those and check them out. But over here, I have my sunflower patch and flowers. These are cosmos. I have bachelor buttons and other flowers that I kind of just sprinkled on this little row over here to see what you know I could get from them. Trying to fill in the space where possibly sunflowers weren't popping up. But I have the 2 whole rows. So each row has 3. I don't know if that makes sense, but 3 rows within a row. This one has 3 rows also of flowers. Been harvesting so much of them, had so much fun with these this year. So, okay, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and a tour of my garden so far, what I got going on, and one of the things that I kind of want to get done. And been loving the season this year. We've worked so hard, and it's just so satisfying to see everything that you could get done in a garden in a specific amount of time. And I'm so thankful that my husband and my kids kind of helped me out with a lot of the projects that I kind of, you know, came up with for everyone. But we've had a blast. You know, we've just been working away out here, and I guess that's all I can say. I hope you like this tour.